God says, I am you, you are me. Realize this and live simply as happiness, unconditional happiness. That's what I am, and that's what you are. Realize this. Make your life every day a realization that you are already happy. God says, the reason why you don't feel this all of the time is because you are doing, understand this, you are doing an activity called the self-contraction, represented by the clenched fist. And if you didn't do the self-contraction, then you'll be living like an open hand. The open hand disposition of the body-mind is simply intimacy, love, and already happiness. This is found to be the case when all seeking for happiness stops. And then, as the body-mind, you will live a life of creativity, of cooperation, of tolerance, of compassion, freedom, discipline. They are all traits, they are all the ingredients of being already happy. This is what God says. God isn't some kind of person up there waiting to judge you when you die, watching your every movement right now. Though those of us who live as God can see what we're all up to. That's what it means by being able to see clearly when Jesus said, you've got eyes, but you don't see. You've got ears, but you don't hear. And then life will be a joy to live without any more wanting to control and manipulate others and things in order to make you happy. Notice that's what you are doing because you live as a clenched fist. You live separate from God. If the open hand represents God, you are like this. And that is what sin is, separation from God. Is a body-mind disposition. Nothing else, nothing more. It's not in the head, it's not of the mind, it's not a thought, it's not a feeling. Though there is a feeling of utter delight, joy and intimacy, which isn't an egoic feeling. It's not a feeling that comes from this nonsense. How does one realize this state, this disposition? Well, that is what is to be found by reading the teachings of Adidar Samraj. This is an example of one of his books, The Heart Shout. Adidar, the Dar Adidar. And then you will have far more understanding of what God is, which is, once again, our true disposition. I don't wake up each morning and get a message from God. God is an actuality. God is a reality. When you have realized God, then you can be a mouthpiece for God. Just as we are mouthpieces for many inanimate objects. This book can't speak, but I will say this is a book to someone who doesn't know what a book is. These are pages. Pages can't speak. These are words on the page, etc. We are all mouthpieces. We all speak for that which doesn't have a mouth. This is a booklet. This is a glove. If the glove could speak, it would say, I am a glove. The purpose of me is to keep your hands warm. I am a fingerless glove. The purpose being that you are still able to activate or use your fingers, which you wouldn't be able to do if they were fully covered. Etc. So everything has a label, everything has a name, including God, which is this state. This state, this disposition, is the God state, the God place. That is what there is to realize, and then once realized, you need to keep returning to that, if that is your desire to do so, if that's to be your destiny. And the first step towards realizing God is to use your attention, to redirect your attention. To esoteric teachings, to those hidden teachings, to the teachings of the Gnostics, to the teachings of Buddha and Jesus and Krishna and all these great spiritual masters. For me, I've turned to Adidar Samraj. He is my agent, if you like. Just as water needs some kind of vessel in order for one to drink it, we need a vessel, in this case for me, Adidar Samraj, who is this mouthpiece. Whatever explanation I might try and give, it's all down to this realization that God is not a belief. God is not something out there separate from you and me. God is us. There is only God. God is light. God is energy. God is creativity and destruction. We are that vehicle for God. It's a realization, not a belief. We all had to realize that fire is hot. Our mothers told us, do not touch it, you will burn yourself. But we all had to. We couldn't leave that to be a belief. Yes, we believed in our parents. We believed in a lot of what they said. But we had to realize for ourselves. And God is one of those beliefs that society and parents and the authorities lay on us right from an early stage. Be good or God won't be pleased with you. As if God is some separate entity, some separate judge. Pray to God as if God is your Santa Claus. He's going to give you this and give you that. He's going to be pleased with you if you do good things and not be pleased with you if you don't. That's like a father, a human father. God is not a parent. The true, mature human being does not need to be parented. There's a stability. Once you realize God, there's a stability, a balance. And then you can discern in your daily life what to do and what not to do. It's an intelligence. The majority of adults are not intelligent because they've been indoctrinated with falsehoods for centuries and centuries. You have to step aside. Jesus came on earth and asked people to step aside, to see differently, to understand differently. But he was killed. He was murdered because of the ignorance, lack of intelligence. He threatened. He was a threat, like I am, and no doubt a threat. A threat to the dogma, a threat to the controlling power that society, that governments and monarchy or whatever have. Jesus was a threat. But the religion of today and the religion of yesterday and the religion of 5,000 years old does not enlighten you. It's the redirecting of your feeling attention from off yourself. Give it over. Surrender. Prostrate. You have to become a devotee of already happiness. Beyond all conditions. Beyond likes and dislikes. Beyond you and me. Beyond yours and mine. Beyond all of duality. You've got to become indifferent to the conditions of the world. Got to love this God disposition with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your soul, as they say. True religion is rejoining. That's what it means, relinking. And sin is that activity of what I call the self-contraction that separates you from God. Literally, there is only one God. There is only one condition with a capital C. There's only one condition, not many conditions, not a condition of which this is a manifestation. There is one condition, absolutely only one. How can I say it? There is. Let me put it this way. There is one condition. There is absolutely one condition, and that is not other than your own real condition or consciousness itself. There's loads and loads and loads and loads and loads and millions and trillions of conditions with a small c. But there's only one condition, because there's nothing that's separate, like the waves on the ocean. A wave is simply a disorientation, or a wave isn't real. It looks real. There's only water that's been disturbed. A wave is a disturbance of the water. But it's only one condition. The sea, the ocean, is that one condition with a capital C. An orange has all these separate segments, but when the orange as a whole is all, although you can break it up, it looks separate, but it's all linked. Everything is joined. Everything is dependent on everything. There is no independency to anything. This is here because I can see it. And so on. There's only one condition with a capital C, which is God. There is only God. And God is, for the human being, the true state of already happiness and joy. And the reason why we haven't realized that is because of this contraction, this separative act. Notice this and realize during your lifetime that you are already